Every season I like to go through and highlight a few of my favorite brands and wardrobe pieces for the year. That's what we're doing today. I always have a huge focus on buying high quality items that are built to last, that are a timeless style, that aren't going to go out of fashion in a couple of months. So with that in mind, let's start off with some shirts. First up, I've got the Relwen Slub linen work shirt. Been a big fan of Relwen for a while. They have sort of a vintage military inspired workwear type of style across their lineup. I actually have another one of their work shirts in a heavier weight fabric, but this is a new lightweight linen version. It's 80% linen, 20% cotton. It's a 4.6 ounce blend, so super breathable with the linen, super lightweight and breezy, but you still get a lot of that like heavy duty workwear inspired design and more importantly, construction. It uses a feld seam construction, so in some of the higher stress points, it's actually 4-ply. You have 100% cotton back yoke here, and behind the chest pockets you actually have this reinforced, canvas taped backing. So even though this is lightweight and breezy and flowy, it's still built to last. Linen is just such a timeless classic summer look. I think this is a little bit more interest compared to just a regular old button up, and this fits my style a little bit better. Huge win for me. Leaning a little bit into the trendy old money style right now. This is from Taylor Stitch. This is their button down sweater polo. I always like to go timeless, but it's great to inject a piece or two here and there that are kind of fitting the current trends. This is something that looks great now, but will continue to look great with years to come. I have an increasingly retro styled wardrobe, so this is definitely not going to go anywhere soon. They call it a polo, but it's a full button down shirt. You have this almost sweatery type of material. I would call it like a light to mid weight if you're calling it a sweater, mid to heavier weight if you're comparing it to like a t-shirt or a regular polo. It's made with 100% cotton. You have this really great two-tone design. On the body here is a reverse seed stitch pattern, just adds a ton of extra interest and texture here. I think it looks great, adds that retro look that they're going for. You have a ribbed cuff on the sleeve as well as on the bottom hem. This is going to be a little bit of a slimmer fit compared to most of the other Taylor Stitch stuff. I got a large here. I think it fits more like a medium as I would expect. You might need to size up if you're on the fence, but I think this looks and fits pretty great for me. Next up, this is the Brace loose weave stripe from KATO. Probably a little bit too heavy for a lot of you, but I really leaned into the warmer weather, super lightweight fabrics for the spring wardrobe video. And to be honest, our weather is just pretty mild here for most of the year. Even though this is a pretty heavyweight fabric, I think it still makes a compelling option for summer for a lot of us. First up, this color. I am in love with this style and color. The vertical stripe and the herringbone pattern definitely gives it that 70s look that I've been obsessed with lately. Very loud and colorful palette here, perfect for summer. But the other aspect, even though it is a heavyweight flannel, this comes in at 11 ounces. It's 100% cotton and it is a very loose weave. You can actually see through it when you hold it up, so it's still going to be pretty breezy and flowy for a heavyweight flannel. It's made in the USA, which is great. I think all of the KATO products are. Construction seems excellent, as I've come to expect from them as well. You have triple stitching on a lot of the major pain points, and on the side gusset, you actually get a chain stitch runoff here. I've only really seen this on the Ironheart Ultra Heavy flannel, so really cool to see. It's kind of a cult following type of thing for like old-timey shirt construction and stitching. Zero complaints here, just such a standout cool 70s vibe. Next up, we have the Serape Pearl Snap short sleeve from Sendero. Been a huge fan of Sendero's hats for the past couple of years. I'm excited to finally be digging in and trying out some of the regular clothing. It is not disappointed at all. It's 100% cotton. You have all of the nice Western wear angles and cuts here. Pearl snaps definitely add to that vibe. I feel like that Southwest desert rat cowboy type of look. I think this is perfect. I just got this one in just in time to talk about it, so I haven't had any long-term thoughts with the durability and wear, but from what I can tell, construction looks good across the board. It's a little bit of a slimmer cut. I got a medium based on the sizing chart. It's pretty snug. I think this fits better than a large would though, but just tread lightly and probably size up if you're on the fence or in between. Probably a bit of a divisive look with the loud pattern, but I think it's a ton of fun and I'm definitely looking forward to wearing it this summer. I've got one lightweight jacket I want to touch on as well really quick. This is the Blade Selvedge denim jacket from KATO. I'm a huge jacket guy and I've had a denim void in the collection for years. I'm really excited to finally be breaking that with this one here. It's a little bit different and a little bit special compared to most other denim jackets because of the styling. This is actually a Type 1 denim jacket. If you're not familiar, there's a little bit of history here. Denim jackets came out around the 1800s, early 1900s with the Type 1 style. Those early turn of the century jackets looked very similar to this, just without the pocket flap. In the 1930s, they added the pocket flap but kept with this Type 1 design. Later on, they added Type 2 and Type 3, which are a little bit more common on and more of what you see today. I love the idea of having something that's just a little bit different from the more popular styles out there right now. It just makes it stand out a little bit more. You have KATO's classic, Japanese Selvedge stretch denim here. So it's 96% cotton, 4% polyurethane. So you get all of the Selvedge benefits, but just with a little bit of added comfort with the stretch. This is the Jimmy Indigo wash. I went with this instead of raw just because I wanted it nice and light and kind of worn looking for the summer months. Love the vintage look, love the fit. It's made in the US as well, which is a really great touch. I'm just happy to finally have a denim jacket in the lineup. Perfect for cool summer nights. I'm going to be layering this thing up in the fall as well. Really quick, I wanted to take a minute to thank Eufy for sponsoring this week's video and introduce you to what might be the best piece of smart tech in my apartment right now, the new Eufy S1 Pro floor washing robot vacuum. This thing offers some of the best in class mopping performance, unbelievable obstacle avoidance, and it's probably the most feature-rich base station compared to anything else on the market. Before we get into the performance features though, I wanted to touch on the design really quick. Eufy opted for a taller, sleeker shape for the all-in-one base station. It's streamlined and feature. It almost has the vibe of a performance concept car or something. Aesthetics aside though, there are some functional benefits here too. Being taller, you don't have to crouch or reach down to add water or access the built-in screen or touch controls. It seems minor, but it's a really great detail after testing it the past few weeks. The robot itself also looks great. It's squared off but has clean rounded edges. It's 96 millimeters tall and it has front-facing sensors, so it allows for it to clean in really low clearance areas much more easily. I have a combination of carpet and laminate floors in my apartment, so finding something that excels at mopping as much as it does vacuuming was really important to me. The S1 Pro has far exceeded my expectations. It uses an always clean roller mop design. The inside houses both a clean and dirty water tank to allow for constant cleaning of the roller. The clean water is sterilized with the base station's EcoClean ozone system, and the cleaning liquid is mixed with ozone water and injected into the water tank on the robot. It runs continuously over the mop through the cleaning cycle, and this is where it really shines. Even with tougher spills, you don't need to worry about the robot smearing sticky stuff all over your apartment, even if it finds a big mess early on in the cleaning cycle. It's no slouch at vacuuming either. It has 8,000 pascals of suction power and an anti-tangle brush design. Proven really effective against my wife's long hair and my cat Wolfie's constant shedding. The carpet detection has been working great with my combination floors as well. When moving into a carpeted area, it ramps up the suction power and retracts the roller mop. I haven't had any issues with wet carpet or rug switching between different floor types. Sleek designs and good cleaning performance will only get you so far though. A robot vacuum is only as good as its mapping ability and obstacle avoidance. Luckily, it's class leading in this category as well. The TrueCourse LiDAR mapping system has been great. It takes a few minutes when you get everything set up to map out your space and it's ready to go. It learns optimal cleaning routes on the fly to assure maximum efficiency in cleaning performance. Obstacle avoidance has been even better. Eufy's 3D Matrix eye tech is second to none. It's equipped with both infrared and RGB cameras that perceive 300,000 voxels at once, and they create 3D models of obstacles within millimeter accuracy and can even adjust around moving things like my cat Wolfie, who is convinced that we're trying to replace him with a robot. It's really impressive to witness. I have full confidence in leaving the S1 Pro to do its thing and not worry about it, because if you have to babysit it the whole time, you might as well just clean the floors yourself. User input and maintenance is extremely minimal. The all-in-one base station design essentially handles everything for you. It auto empties the dustbin and wastewater, refills the clean water, and pre-mixes the detergent, washes and dries the roller mop. Basically, all you need to do is refill the base station's clean water tank and empty the dirty water reservoir. I can honestly say my floors have never been cleaner. Testing and using the S1 Pro the past few weeks has been a pleasure. Save some cleaning time, go enjoy your summer this year. There's some links down in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. Huge thanks again to Eufy for sponsoring this week's video. Talking t-shirts up next, I've got a handful of different options. I've actually been researching for a big, mega heavyweight t-shirt roundup for over a year now. That's going to come eventually. I've still been working on it, but in the meantime, I've got a couple of options that I've been really liking. First up is from Flint and Tinder. This is their new vintage Slub pocket tee. It used to be under Huckberry's 45 brand, but they moved it over to the Flint and Tinder lineup, moved the manufacturing to America, and made a couple of changes that I really like. It's a nice lightweight t-shirt, 4.5 ounces, one of the lighter ones in my collection complexion, I tend to go really heavyweight, but in the warm weather, there's just something nice about something really light and breezy. The slub cotton texture here is excellent, just adds a bit of interest, which is hard to come by with these lighter weight t-shirts. It's also garment dyed, so they dip the entire finished piece into the fabric dye, so it makes for a little bit more of a vintagey, worn-in look. No complaints here. It's $40 for a t-shirt that's made in America. Looks great, fits great. I think it's a really solid value. If you are, however, looking for something a little bit different and maybe a little bit more luxurious, I have another option for you that I've been nerding out over the past few months. This is the Prime t-shirt from Haven. It's made with 100% Suvin cotton. Might be the most luxurious and soft piece of fabric I have ever felt. I did a bit of a deep dive on Suvin cotton. It is absolutely fascinating. Apparently it's hand harvested. They only have a few thousand bales every year, so very limited and labor intensive. It is an extra long staple cotton. It's 39 millimeters for the staple length. I haven't been able to find this in another source to confirm, but apparently it is the longest staple cotton in existence. I'm not sure if that award there is accurate, but 39 millimeters is extremely long staple for cotton standards. That leaves you with two different things here though. One, a garment that is incredibly strong, and two, a garment that is so soft and silky and luxurious feeling. It feels like a really heavyweight silk. The smoother, silkier texture isn't my typical vibe, but it is really soft and luxurious feeling. It almost gives it off more of a dressier t-shirt type of vibe. I'm not sure of the exact fabric weight, but I'd call it more of a mid-weight t-shirt. Construction is pretty standard. I got a large here. They kind of have that more like streetwear, looser fit type of look. Under the arms, you do have underarm gussets as well, so it adds a little bit of comfort and flexibility. These are made in Japan. Such a cool story with the Suvin cotton, and honestly one of the nicest fabrics I've ever had my hands on. And not technically a t-shirt, next up I wanted to talk about the Howler Brothers Loggerhead Sun Hoodie. Sun hoodies kind of fall into a t-shirt category for me because they're basically t-shirts with hoods. I'm a big sun hoodie guy for the past few years. I do a lot of hiking and backpacking, and I also have vampire skin. You can see the glow of my arms in this short sleeve shirt. But out of all the sun hoodies I've tried, I think this one might be my favorite. It has a few specific features that I don't really see anywhere else. You have a full kangaroo pocket on here, which is really nice and something you don't typically see. On the back quarter, you actually have a full zipped pocket that has some microfiber lining. So if you're on a hike or run or something, you can stash stuff in there without having to worry about it falling out. You get thumb holes in the sleeves as well. They have a few different prints and patterns here. This one is called Deluge Camo. I think it's one of the better options out there for day-to-day sun hoodie for like travel and just everyday use outside of hiking and backpacking. I'm okay with looking like a dweeb when I'm out on trail, but I try and look a little bit more presentable in day-to-day life. This one has definitely been a really good contender. Got a few shorts and pants up next, starting with the Proof Rover EDC shorts. These are new for me this year. So far, I've been really impressed with them. I'm a huge fan of the Rover pants. Those are my go-to like non-denim option, especially in the colder months. I am wearing those constantly. So I saw this was basically the same fabric, but a little bit lighter weight and in short form, so I had to try them out. The fabric is a blend. It's cotton, lycra, and true temp recycled poly, so it's actually temperature regulating. Found this to be pretty effective in the Rover pants, so it's nice to see it translated over here. They're pretty unassuming, straightforward looking shorts. You have a 7-inch inseam, which is a really good sweet spot for me. Big differentiator here for how low-key these look. They actually have 7 different pockets. You have 2 back pockets and 2 front pockets as you'd expect, but you also have pockets inside of both of these. So you have the typical, small 5-pocket type of pocket, but on this side you actually have a zippered pocket. Really nice if you're hiking or running or something and you don't want to worry about losing something and having it fall out. And then on the side you have a little like cargo pocket almost. You could keep a pocket knife or something in there. I wouldn't weigh these down with a billion different things. In the summer, you're going to mess up your clean lines, but it is really nice. I do a lot of like combination days where I'm out hiking for the day and then I'll go out to eat or hang out, especially when I'm traveling. That is typical and common for me. So having something a little bit more versatile is great. Really stretchy and comfortable. You can kind of dress them up or down. You can store a bunch of stuff in there if you need to. I've been really happy with them. Next up, we've got the Pen Slim Selvedge Denim from KATO. I know I talked about these in the spring. I do my best to avoid repeats with a lot of these videos. You should go check that one out as well if you want. Tons of good warm weather gear over there. But I try and design these individual videos as almost a capsule wardrobe, and I've been loving these for the warmer weather. This is the 14-ounce Pen Slim in the old blue raw color. Really great vintage 70s type of look. It's been fitting my style perfectly. It's a real standout just with this unique color. It's almost a teal. You have KATO's famous stretch denim here. It's not going to look very stretchy, but you just get that added comfort compared to typical Selvedge denim. The old blue raw color has this pink Selvedge ID, which is really fun and adds this like retro type of look. All in all, these continue to be great. I haven't really gotten any good fades on here yet. I was wearing the heavier mammoth denim for the first few months mainly, but now that we're getting into the colder weather, I'm going to be wearing these more often. So hopefully we get some good fades for the next update. Super comfortable, really unique color. I am happy to have them in the collection. Finally getting a chance to try one of Taylor Stitch's most popular items. These are the Apres pants in Cypress Sashiko. These are definitely the most unique pants I own at this point. I can't get enough of this Sashiko texture on here. Adds a ton of interest. I think the color looks great. These are technically lounge pants, but I feel like you could kind of dress them up. I picture this with the natural slub linen work shirt from Relwen. You kind of get a like rich person's beach wedding type of vibe with that combination to go around town with. But you could also wear these just lounging around the apartment. So really versatile with the styling. They're super comfortable, obviously, because they're designed mainly as lounge pants, I believe, but you get a few more features here that you wouldn't normally get in just typical, pajamas and lounge pants. There's a 2-button fly with an extra flap that goes over. You have 2 main hand pockets here, as well as on the back, you have 2 buttoned back pockets, which is a really nice touch to be able to wear these around town. It's not quite stretch, but you do have a little bit of give with the fabric. You have a really nice elastic waistband here, and then the leg tapers down, not super aggressively, but just a slight taper, and then you have a cuffed hem at the bottom. One little added feature I appreciated, the internal pocket bags actually have a San Francisco map printed on there. I love those little like Easter egg type of details that only the wearer can see. I love the look of these. They're incredibly versatile, incredibly comfortable. You can definitely understand why they're probably Taylor Stitch's most popular item. Last up for pants and shorts, we've got a Flint and Tinder classic. These are the 365 pants. The Rover pants are usually my go-tos for most of the year, but when the weather gets a bit warmer, I like to switch over to these. It's a little bit of a lighter weight fabric. They're still just as comfortable, if not a little bit more comfortable. I have a few pair of these that I've had for a couple of years now, so I have a lot of experience and wear with them. They feel like sweatpants. It's 98% cotton and 2% spandex, so you get that stretch for the comfort, but it's not so stretchy that they kind of like bag out and look terrible after a few hours. Pretty straightforward, classic 5-pocket type of design, so you could dress them up a little bit with a button-up shirt. Obviously, just wear them with a t-shirt. I wear these with t-shirts and hoodies all the time. I have a slim fit here, but they also make an athletic tapered and a straight fit. These are garment dyed as well, just like the t-shirt, so you get a little bit more interesting wear patterns and a little bit more variance. Definitely that like worn in type of look and feel. I'm all about it. These are classic and versatile and comfortable. Definitely can't go wrong for a go-to summer pant if you want something a little bit different from just denim or shorts. That actually wraps up the roundup though. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's not my most popular series, but I do really appreciate all of you watching that do. I have a ton of fun making these. Be sure to let me know what you're wearing for the summer, and go check out that spring wardrobe update video as well if you want some more ideas for the warmer weather. That is all still in the mix for me as the weather gets hotter and hotter here in Portland. Thanks again for watching though, and I'll talk to you in the next one.